How are your hands?
Cold.
Are they cold? How are your feet?
Cold.
In 1890, two Kiwi adventurers climbed Aoraki Mount Cook, New Zealand's highest mountain, and paddled over 220 kilometres to the Waitaki River mouth just for the hell of it. Guy Mannering and Marmaduke Dixon were pioneering thrill seekers. 120 years later, two good mates and modern adventurers attempt to recreate that journey.
Dixon and Mannering, they were mates too, you know, and we could tell by their letters to each other how much they enjoyed each other's company and the amazing things they ticked off together.
Gurney and I, we're a team, and we've got to do stuff together.
Moffatt will use the gear they had in 1890. Gurney, the best modern equipment.
Is that cool or what?
Gurney, 9 times coast-to-coast champion, has gadgets for everything.
It's a bit overwhelming, to be honest. There's too much gear, too many choices. I think Moffatt's got it easier. He only has simple stuff.
Moffatt's a good athlete too, but he wants to keep the recreation authentic.
Getting a picture in my mind of what it was and how they did it and what they wore, what they ate. It's a great insight to how things were in the 1890s.
Sleeping bag.
Blanket.
Victorinox multi-tool.
Knife.
Crampons.
Hobnails.
Stove. Ooh, that's hot.
I don't envy him. It's great. He loves all those bits and pieces.
Moffatt's doing the old way. How much skill did those old guys have compared to what we have now? And that's what I want to answer on this trip.
Can I have some of your chocolate?
Yeah, you can have some of our chocolate.
My food's pretty heavy. Once I got the stuff on my back, that's me. That's me and my legs and my body. It's all I got to, take care of.
It's a story of blood and guts, physical endurance, frostbitten toes, Kiwi ingenuity and comradeship.
Hey, Moffatt, let's have a weigh off.
Bring it on.
Isaac. That's half a kilogram.
1.2 kilograms.
Mine was about half the weight of yours. That's technology for you.
Yeah, but mine stood the test of time.
Have you got a stereo?
I mean, this is the boys, isn't it? This is them.
Yeah.
1890.
Yeah. It feels pretty special. You're pretty excited, aren't you?
I am.
I can see the sparkle in your eyes, man. Both of us have a very clear common denominator that we want to inspire the next generation. We want to inspire other Kiwis just to make the most of this beautiful, beautiful, fantastic, the country we've got here is just perfect for adventuring and we're not using it.
In the interests of safety, they've brought along 2 more friends, expert mountaineer Gavin Lang and veteran climber and alpine historian Hugh Logan.
Well, I love the history of New Zealand mountaineering because I think it's a story little told, and yet it's a story full of high adventure and good fun, and I think it's a story that deserves to be told.
We've got this technology now with satellites, we might as well make the most of it. Our adventures can be harder, faster, a little more risky, and we know we've got the safety. I've got a bit of weight on, but no pain, no gain. Here I am with the latest lightweight materials, fabrics and metals and fiberglass, carbon fiber, Kevlar things, but they're no good if you have too many of them. I think I might have brought too many gadgets. Seriously, my back's too heavy. And I longed for the simplicity that Moffatt had. He just had his bag with a few things, and those things, he may not have had many, but each one of those things he had was critically important.
If you want me to swap, what can I take off it?
No, I've got this heel razor now, I'll be right.
So Moffatt kindly carried Gurney's pack for an hour, which may have burned valuable energy he'd need further up the mountain.
Wow, what a view. Look, I think that's cool.
It's a big mountain. People say, oh, internationally it's only 12,300 feet, 3,800 meters, what's that? But it's the biggest little mountain in the world. And it's a mountain you must respect very strongly, because if you don't respect it, it'll bite your head off.
There it is, eh? The target. The goal. Hey Moffatt, what's the hut like?
Pretty tempting.
Is it full of snow?
Not quite full.
The ascent begins at night, so there's enough time for some last-minute instruction and rehearsal with safety expert Gavin Lang.
It's only for lowering.
So in this particular mode, it's only for lowering.
Yeah, right. The thing is, I'm trusting my life on you here, and I want to make sure you got it.
Yeah, that's right.
It's 10 p.m. Nice early start.
Big moon,
Yeah, it's going to be great.
no wind,
I've got
fruitcake for breakfast.
I've got my headlamp. Moffat's got the moon. On the way.
We're just under Green's Rock. It's 4 o'clock and had a little break. Just starting to get cold, so it's time to move again.
And it's 3,112 meters,
Yeah, 3,100.
according to my GPS.
That's it.
It feels worse than it looks. Really, really, really painful. I think I got my socks slightly wet, so they get cold real easy when you stop. And the toes just going numb, and the toenails are just going through that really, really, really painful stage.
Meanwhile, Moffatt's in a much worse state.
We're really high here, there's definitely altitude affecting him, so and it's cold, and maybe the height's affecting him as well, I don't know. I'm a bit worried about him.
They get a down layer under his tweed jacket, but he's feeling dizzy, disoriented and weak.
You want a down jacket? All right. How are your hands? Are they cold? How are your feet?
Cold. I'm dizzy as back, eh?
Good?
Yes.
Cold. The worst. The worst of it. My extremities are cold.
They're pretty cold, all right.
Yeah.
Can't feel my fingers.
Yeah. More ice in there?
Yeah.
Struggling to get my breathing under control.
This is the most fucked I've ever seen you, mate.
What was the name of that movie? No Place for Old Men or something? Okay, grab the whole top piece. Stick it in your gob.
Oh, just check it's not
It's
boiling.
not boiling. Yeah, just watch the lips. It won't
How
be.
the fuck do you watch your lips? Great view.
By the time you start moving again, you're going to feel a whole lot better, okay? So, like I said, whether it's up or down, I don't mind.
Well, I want to get it. I want to get to where those. I want to get above the summit rocks where those boys were.
actually only on the rope thing.
I've never seen Moffatt so delirious, and I thought that we'd have to turn around there and then, but bit of a warm up and getting some warm water and some really helped, and he's finally showing his true colours again. And it's good to see you. We knew he was alright when he had his humour back.
That's a good one.
That's a fantastic move, mate. Well done, you.
Dixon and Mannering didn't actually make the summit. It was about here they were forced by changing weather to turn back, only 200 metres from their goal.
There she blows. Oh my God. Dixon and Mannering were so close. Wow. It's just there. Imagine how frustrated those buggers would have been.
Yeah, they were. They really were.
Anyway, shall we go? Head on up.
Well, I'm not going any further, Gurney. This is where the boys got to, and.
Oh, come on, mate. We're a team. Come on up.
No, I told you this right from the word go. It's not going to happen.
But I don't get it. Like, you know, that was their climb. This is our climb. It's different, and we got the conditions. You don't get a more perfect. You don't get a more perfect day, mate.
Gurney, look at all this paraphernalia around us. Look, I'm even wearing your down jacket. Said I would do it as they did it, and I haven't. The whole start of this was to tell their story. Now better can I tell their story by going to the point that they went to.
I'm happy to go down, and I'm happy to go up.
I don't really want to go if you're not going to go.
I really want you to go. Your call.
Oh, there's me. This is like a game of chess.
No, it's not. No, that's not. I'm not supposed to do this as an old style boy. But you know, I love you dearly. But that's the way it is.
Pretty good conditions up here too. All right, stuck
It's
here.
exciting. Cookie. Here we go. Arangi. Araki. Here we go. Oh yeah, baby.
Oh, look at that.
Wow. Here we go. Whoa.
All right.
It hasn't hit me until now. How exciting this is. Whoa, the top of New Zealand! Oh, it's so exciting. So exciting. That's my buddy! Good work.
It's been a big day. What's the time now? Because I'm not allowed to watch.
9 p.m.
So what time we got up?
10.
10. Left here at 11. So we've been going 22 hours. And we're an hour shorter than Mannering and Dixon. But it's been a huge day and fantastically successful.
It was much better than I ever thought. You got to go there, man.
Was it?
You got to go
Was it
there.
really?
Like it's such a small little summit. And you just get up on the top and suddenly there's all this panorama everywhere, and you think, I'm on top of New Zealand.
Making their respective diary entries, they were as yet unaware Moffatt's sore feet were the result of frostbitten toes.
Yes, I'm a little bit concerned with it.
Are they painful?
Yeah, they're pretty painful coming down the road. I wouldn't fancy putting them into a tight boot at the moment, I'd have to say.
And Gavin's expert advice, seek an expert medical opinion, which they did.
Yes. Yes. No.
I think he's not going to lose any skin, and it'll probably take a couple of weeks before 2 to 3 weeks before the blister set.
Fantastic.
At this point. So.
Wonderful. Oh.
So a 2-week break was forced between mountain and kayak stages. Mannering and Dixon had also taken a break, though theirs was recreational. In the interim, Gurney couldn't resist having a paddle amongst the icebergs at Tasman Glacier.
In Dixon and Mannering's day, the Tasman Glacier was much bigger, and with global warming, it's receding and we've got a new lake forming. It felt kind of scary paddling amongst the icebergs, but really exhilarating. Fantastic thing to do. Very cold water, we haven't got the chance to go for a swim. If you're in the water for any length of time, you die. So it felt kind of scary. Got my GPS on, and I was doing 14 kilometres an hour, just the water. Just the water. The scariest part wasn't the rapids. There was this little wee iceberg floating down the river in front of me. Oh, this is interesting, I'll get it on the camera. Then the iceberg hit the bottom of the river and it went woof! Came out of the river like a giant. It was massive. Like it was only this much of it showing above the, and there was that much of it under the water, just went boof! And of course, when it hit the bottom, it stopped and rose up out of the water, and I was going straight at it.
You hit it?
Oh no, I missed it. I back pedaled furiously, but it's really dangerous. Don't stop laughing. It's not fun.
Now I'm getting into this river that's doing 14k an hour in a wooden boat.
Yeah.
We're further up the river. There's probably more water in this river than there was for those boys. So I'm the apprehension that you felt at the top was I've got that right now as well.
Moffatt's wooden canoe is a specially built 1880s replica. It weighs 40 kilograms and isn't nearly as manoeuvrable or strong as Gurney's current model.
Your rudder's popped off. It's bent. The pin's bent arm and it's pulled out from the boat. Not looking good, I'm afraid.
But I think we just split it open. Drill another hole in there. It's the only way.
Yeah,
this is sharp ends. I'll have a saw if I do it wrong.
Yeah.
You should be doing the repair, buddy.
Oh.
It's not far off, is it?
I think that's pretty good.
A little bit of a rock to whack it in.
Forgetting it.
That's about as good as I'm going to get that.
Mannering and Dixon didn't use sails in 1890, although they were available. But a much greater proportion of their journey down the then undammed Waitaki was with the assistance of river gradient and current.
And there's a westerly. There's a tailwind.
Yeah, there is.
I'm quite keen to keep on going a bit while we've got the wind.
Yeah, I'm knackered. I've done 10 hours paddling today.
I know you're knackered, but you've got a sail.
Yeah.
We could just sit and let the wind blow us.
Yeah. Oh, fuck it. Still.
Is that alright?
You see, here's the thing. You say to me one thing, Stevie Moffatt, what do you want to do? I say no, you say, You wait for me to say, yes, I'll do it. So you say, okay, we'll do it.
I want to have a talk about it. That's what I want to do.
I don't know. We can talk about it. Let's just do it.
Oh, yeah, Moffatt and I are both in a grumpy mood at the moment. It's just, I guess it's. I mean, I've seen it before. It's just what happens when you get tired and you have a couple of long days and pressure's on.
The man-made hydro lakes like Benmore didn't exist in 1890. Mannering and Dixon were paddling 120 metres below this point.
I've got the weight now.
Where's my map gone now?
Oh, you use that?
Well, we got a bit complacent. Well, first of all, GPS batteries were flat this morning, so I didn't bother putting them in. I thought, it's a piece of cake down the lake.
Modern gadgets.
Modern gadgets, and then I thought, well, then I got out my electronic compass, took the wrong headland.
I was relying on my mate.
Stevie, do you reckon that gap we went through is where the boys went through?
Yeah.
So they talked about that.
They talked about that. Yeah, they said it wasn't as bad. There was a couple of bad rapids in there, but nothing. Really, that was just quite good, quick water.
It'd be pretty impressive if it was, but I actually think I made a mistake. Looking on the map here, that little isthmus was actually an island. It wasn't It wasn't connected. So
basically,
I think the river would have gone around the other side. Tell you what, it's amazing to think though that the boys were paddling down below us.
Somewhere down here. That's right.
Might have been without those glasses, Moffatt.
4 k's to that island with the trees down there. And then another 4 to the boat ramp. So 8 k's total. It's about an hour.
Come and grab a
Feels pretty cool to look back and see there's the top of New Zealand. Can't go any higher. We were standing on top of that not so long ago. Close to the willows.
Be nice here, but then where does it go from that point? Do we have to go around that? See that? Is that an island in the middle? We paddle around
Well, according to this map, looks like there's a channel both ways. Yeah, you never know, do you?
How's it going with the wind, Mark?
I wouldn't like to do 20k in it.
We're sort of halfway down Aviemore, so the call is going to be whether we carry on, grovel into this, or wait till the morning. Well, it's good to have a stretch.
So if we waited till the morning, that would be 17 k's to do. Well, this is assuming there's no wind in the morning.
Yeah.
We can't count our chickens before
No,
they hatch.
that's right.
So 70 k's
70 k's.
on
6
that
hours.
sort of speed, it's going to be
Well, yeah.
6 hours, I reckon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Better continue on this tradition.
The Waitaki River, with an average flow of 350 cumecs, looks benign, but its current is deceptively fast, and the myriad of partially submerged willows are potentially a death trap for the unwary.
Those trees back there are a bit hairy, Gurney.
Yeah, they give me the shits. If you're going to drown on a river, it's in the trees, isn't it? So just need to plan ahead a lot on this river.
Yeah, good lines.
Yeah, looking way ahead.
And old George at Marmaduke, you know, I mean, they had this all the way. So we better not harp on about that.
Well, it's wetting out, Steve.
Yeah, it's strange with this headwind. I can't smell the ocean yet. We're only about 20 k's from the ocean. Still can't smell it. Buddy, nice work. What an adventure.
So half of much fun. They had the double shot too.
Yeah. We still haven't finished though. Still got to catch the train. Well, I have a bit of a respect for those guys. You know that just on today's trip alone, you have to actually do the trip, I believe, to get a real feel for what it was like for them. I was just overwhelmed by all the stuff we have to organise. It's a major trip. I got a lot of respect out of that, looking at how organised Dixon and Mannering must have been, knowing they only communicated by letter. You know, there's no email, no cell phone, no phone lines, no cars. And they pulled this trip off, a major organisational trip, with just that sort of technology.
The adventure for them would be, you know, 5 times what it was for us. I think they had it so much tougher than we did.
Those guys of 1890s, Marmaduke Dixon, George Mannering, George and James Park, those guys, I decided, were much tougher than we give them credit.
Buddy, nice buddy.
It's still head.